Welcome to I Said No Gifts. I'm Bridger Winegar. I'm opening my computer already just to make sure it's online for all of us. Last night's Little House on the Prairie was all action. I will say that Mary is obsessed with winning a dictionary, and I'll leave it at that. What else was on TV? We started watching... Is it Sherry Papini? Now she's got her own docuseries telling her story. She seems totally normal. I don't think she did anything wrong. I'm on her side. There are 8 more episodes or so, but we'll see what... I feel like Sherry, she had a plan and she went through with it, and I think she pulled it off in a big way. What else is going on? There's something I have to bring up because I can't dance around this the rest of my life. The listener needs context for my life on occasion. We got a dog. We got a new dog. We've been looking for a few weeks and, going from shelter to shelter, having a very difficult time. I was against the idea of getting a puppy for so many reasons. But then this little goblin popped up on one of the million rescues we were following. And now she lives in our home. Her name's Bonnie, and so far she seems to, I don't like to bring up this sort of thing. I watched that documentary about the parents who adopt their kid and then gave it away or whatever. So I don't want to end up with my own docuseries being shamed on HBO. But I think we're going to hold on to Bonnie as long as she's okay with staying with us. So now you've got the context of my life. That's essentially it. I watch Little House on the Prairie, and I take the dog out every 2 hours. Okay. I think today's guest is so funny. I just adore him. It's Gil Ozeri. Gil, welcome to I Said No Gifts.
Hi. Thank you for having me, Bridger.
How are you?
I'm doing all right. Is that true? Do you watch A Little House on the Prairie?
Yes. We've started. I had never seen it.
Okay.
And my boyfriend had seen every single episode as a kid and was obsessed with it. Mm-hmm. And then, because I don't want to watch anything else on TV, we found this, and I'm having the time of my life.
How many seasons are there?
I think there
400.
I think there are honestly like 400 episodes.
Yeah,
because every season's like 25 episodes. Each one is an hour long. Only nominated for 1 Emmy, apparently.
Wow.
I don't know what happened with the Academy, but...
How is it? Does it hold up?
Have you seen any of this show before?
I mean, I saw it when I was younger, yeah.
Okay.
I remember it's being melodramatic, correct? Is that right? It's
very melodramatic, but also very gentle.
Okay.
And most of the problems are pretty low stakes.
Right.
The
horse who won't eat an apple, that kind of stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
There's an episode where they adopt a raccoon and then it gets out of control. Usually
very close to your Bonnie.
Yes. She's probably going to become rabid pretty soon. But I think we're only about 10 episodes in, so it's a long journey.
It's a long journey.
And recently, Tim Heidecker was on the show, and he said, do you know what happens in the final episode? And then when someone says that on a podcast, you kind of have to the information has to be shared, so he told me what happens.
Oh, God.
Do you want to know what happens?
I think I have heard this, but go ahead.
They blow up the town.
Whoa. Is that true?
Yes.
That's not what was in my head.
What were you thinking?
I thought he dies of cancer.
Maybe while blowing up the town.
Maybe.
Michael Landon dies of cancer in real life, unfortunately.
That's true. Okay, that's what I've heard.
Yeah.
I heard the real true story.
Yeah, you were mixing up Access Hollywood and Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah, I was, which I often do.
They're very similar.
Was Mario Lopez and Billy Bush, were they on Little House on the Prairie?
They run the general store.
Okay.
Mario has not aged a day since 1972.
No. Amazing.
And then he got into Saved by the Bell. It's a weird career.
Yeah,
the trajectory of this man.
He bounced around.
But he finally found where he needed to be. Access Hollywood, reporting live from
the Americana?
Or
the Grove?
There was the Grove, and now I think maybe CityWalk, Universal CityWalk.
Okay, so an even worse place.
Yes, it's getting worse.
It's worse and worse. Soon he'll be at Knott's Berry Farm.
On the side of the freeway.
On the side of the freeway, exactly.
It will be interesting to see how much longer I think he'll hold on to that until he's hosting New Year's Eve specials.
Yeah.
I feel like that's probably the next
You think they'll let him there?
I don't know. I hope so. I feel like that must be what he has his sights set on.
I guess so. Yeah, that's like
which is interesting,
tip top, right?
Do we feel like he has, like, as a person, like, is he like do I have bigger? This isn't what I'm meant to do. There's this thing I want to do, or is he like, this is what I'm doing?
I heard he really wants to save people. Is what he really wants to do. Physically, he wishes he could be a doctor.
Fireman.
He wants to change the world, but he's only made it to extra. I don't know. Do you think he has? I'm sure he has big ambitions.
I've never really thought about that, but I feel like
if you host a show like that, I feel like
there's got to be like one. You must have at least one thing beyond.
Yes,
talking about celebrity birthdays. And like what's happening on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah,
but is it like host the Oscars? There must be some unreasonable dream that he's never going to attain.
Yes, maybe. To me, Oscars, if he's dreaming about the Oscars, he's a lunatic. He needs to be put in like an institution. I feel like maybe he could get to like, Miss America or something like that, or like, host the No, he won't even do that. I don't know.
There's not like a natural path for that sort of person.
Yeah.
Especially if they were already an actor.
Yeah, I guess. And also if like Ryan Seacrest is alive.
Right.
And maybe Carson Daly.
The goal is kill Ryan Seacrest.
That should be the goal.
I wonder if he still wants to be an actor.
Maybe. Does he act still and stuff?
I wonder what his last performance was.
You were going to say, was he ever an actor? And I was going to say, no, that's not nice.
Just burn him down.
Just burn him down. What was was Saved by the Bell the last thing?
I wonder if that was the last, when he gets the special when they go to Vegas and get married. I think it's the final one.
Well, have you seen, you should watch, if you're doing rewatches, you should see the college years, Saved by the Bell.
Oh, I've absolutely seen the college years.
Oh my God. Yes. Insane.
It's a very wild show.
Very wild show.
My last memory, and we don't need to get into nostalgia, 90s, blah, blah,
Absolutely
blah.
Not, no.
But my last memory of that was, I think, one of my birthdays in elementary school. That was on live on TV, but we had rented Jurassic Park. And I secretly wanted to watch that. I was dying to know what would happen as the one gay child in the room.
And everyone wanted Jurassic Park.
We ended up watching Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Which I guess, sure, we had paid the 99 cents to rent it. You don't want to throw that away.
Had you already seen Jurassic Park?
I had already seen it too, so it's not like I'm learning anything new.
I will say I think the college years is a better piece of art than Jurassic Park. I'm gonna. That's my hot take for today.
All I remember is them waiting in line for U2.
For U2.
Oh yeah, the band.
Is that how you say it? U2? Oh, wait, do you say U2?
Oh no, this entire podcast is about the way I say things with two syllables.
Well, I've never put the emphasis on two.
Let me see.
I always say U2.
I'm trying to think of like in a vacuum how you would say the band name U2.
Because you said it almost like YouTube. Like and I was confused. I was like, did he just forget the B? And then
Bono and the Edge present YouTube. Let me see. I'm trying to think. U2.
U2.
No, I would say U2.
Okay.
What would you say?
That's right. What you just said.
But I said something different.
You said U2.
U2. Yeah, that sounds weird. U2.
It just sounded weird to me.
There's too much weight. There's similar weight there. You have to say. I'll never say it correctly.
Now it's like, now it's like if you repeat a word over and over again, it doesn't sound correctly at all.
U2.
That was good. That was a good one.
Why did they call it U2? Is it like
I think it's like,
inclusive?
Hey, I think it's inclusive.
You're part of the band.
Yeah, you're part of the band too. Come on, join us.
That's so corny.
It is. Most band names are corny, I feel like. I mean, even the Beatles. Right?
Yeah, I mean, the Beatles is the most classic corny band name. Which almost kind of altered language in a way where you kind of just assume the word Beatle is with an A.
That's right. That's right. I just recently watched, someone said that the band being good makes the name being good. I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a band that is good and their name continues to stink.
Maroon 5. They're amazing.
Perfect catalog.
Perfect catalog. Bad name.
They made one mistake.
And that was Maroon.
If they had just been called 5.
Yeah, or like Burgundy 5. I would have been like
Dark Red 5.
Dark Red 5.
I feel like there was a band name called 5. Is that a boy band? That feels like a boy band.
That feels right.
But it's probably I feel like it's the number 5 IVE.
Okay.
Which then becomes completely baffling and makes no sense.
And no one knows how to pronounce it.
Yeah, it's 5-Viv.
Viv, yeah.
And then there's 5 for Fighting, another perfect band.
5 for Fighting.
Yes. Not a single mistake there.
No. All these great names. Are you really trying to think? What are you trying to think of?
I would really like to think of a good band.
Good band.
Where I don't agree with their name.
Okay.
And
I don't agree with their name.
Let's see here. Oh. I feel like it is, I mean, it's so much taste aligns with
good, yeah, I don't want to say
music.
something that's a good band, and then you're just like,
say
oh, Jesus Christ. I'm nervous to tell you my opinion. I'm trying to think.
Listener does like to just listen to two people kind of just slowly
come up with something.
Think of
all the bands that I'm coming up with are terrible right now.
Yeah.
I guess the Rolling Stones I like.
Rolling Stones.
We're talking about bands. We're talking about 60s bands. Is that what we're talking about?
Exclusively 60s garage bands.
For some reason, I cannot think of a band past the 1969 right now.
I feel like there's probably an area within the 80s when there's like a band that's amazing and they just happen to pick not a super great name. But unfortunately...
In the 80s. Like a rock band? Tears, because it'd be like the first one that came to mind.
Tears for Fears is a bad name, but I feel like they're like a mid quality.
Mid. Okay. Oh, well, that's a shot. I love Tears for Fears. Yes.
I don't... Well, now, let's see. What's their biggest song?
Everyone Wants to Rule the World.
Oh, right. It's a little too...
you don't like that new wave
big.
Kinda.
I love new wave.
Oh, big. Too like...
it's too
down
stadium,
the middle.
Maybe. Yeah, it's a little down the middle.
Gotcha.
I was going to say along those lines is OMD, which stands for Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, who I think is a great band. That's a bad band.
That's a band name.
That's stupid.
It is.
It's ultimately stupid.
It's stupid.
I guess that's as close as we may come.
That's 4 bands out there.
OMD, Tears for Fears, Rolling Stones, and the Beatles.
Yes, and the Beatles. Everybody knows the 4 bands out there.
I feel good that I was able to remember 4 things from a few minutes ago. That feels impressive for my memory.
How do you feel about Steely Dan?
Steely Dan.
Oh, Steely Dan.
Okay. Well, people are very divided about Steely Dan. I like Steely Dan.
Right.
Sometimes they run into like dad country.
Right.
But the name is okay, I guess.
Yeah, it feels kind of like it means nothing.
It means kind of nothing, right?
Right. And
it's named after a dildo in the novel Naked Lunch by William S. Burroughs.
Oh, that's right.
Well, then I feel like sure.
Sure, great.
Yeah, I can't argue against it. And also the band has become this kind of thing where it's divisive, but it's also kind of a joke, but not.
Yes, but not. Sometimes people, I don't know.
Yeah.
I like the band.
Right. I'm not familiar enough with Steely Dan.
Okay.
So I couldn't say one way or the other, but the name doesn't offend me.
It doesn't offend you.
Ultimately, Maroon 5. It all goes back to Maroon 5 and the boys. I assume the singer is named Maroon 5.
The main guys. Wait, it's Adam Levine. Adam Levine.
Is there another Adam Levine?
I'm sure. Oh my God. Is there another Adam Levine? There's
another
like 500.
famous Adam Levine.
There's like Adam. Maybe. It sounds like it would.
Sounds like a name. It
sounds like an actor's name.
Yeah,
right?
It's like innocuous enough.
Yeah.
But it sounds.
You're thinking of Adam Devine.
Adam Devine.
Adam
Thank you.
Devine.
That's what I was thinking. Adam Devine, which you would pronounce Devine, just like you two.
Adam Devine, reach out.
Reach out to us.
Let
us know. We need clarification on how you pronounce your divine name.
God knows how we got to Adam Devine. Adam Devine. What else is going on?
What is going on in my life?
Yeah.
I'm speaking of dads, I am living the dad life. I have 2 children.
I didn't know you had kids.
Yes. I have a 7.5-year-old and a 2.5-year-old.
All right.
And my life is mostly consumed with their life. Was
naming them a nightmare?
Yes, it was. I love that that's your first follow-up. Yeah. Is this about Bonnie?
Yes, this is about Bonnie, yes. Right. Because it's so difficult.
It is difficult.
I guess the stakes are equally high for when you're naming something you love.
Yes. And I will say that having had a pet, is this your first pet?
No, this is our second dog.
Okay. The name changes all the time. You start to call it
all kinds of things.
Yeah, shithead or whatever it is. And it just changes over time anyway.
Right, right.
But I had a terrible time coming up with a name. With pets, I have a list.
You do?
Yes, I have a list.
Can you reveal any of the names?
Well, the number one list, the number one name that me and my wife have for a cat they were gonna get is Bopkin.
Oh, that's great.
Yes, and
I
that
really
is
like
after
that.
a salesman that we found in a tile place.
First name Bopkin.
First name Bopkin, and we were like, that is a perfect name for a cat.
That's such a good. It's like sounds kind of like a name, but not so much that it's not so bizarre that it sounds like a joke.
No, it almost sounds like it's like some English dessert or something. Like, I'll have a piece of babka. Or actually, now it sounds like a Jew. Like maybe it's too close to babka.
Oh, that's true. It's very close. But it also could be like one of the Cats in Cats.
Yeah.
Like
Bopkin, exactly.
One of the cut cats from Cats. Like, didn't quite make it.
Oh, yeah, Bopkin didn't make it.
Bopkin's a very nice name. No, it's hard with...
How'd you get to Bonnie?
Well, with pet names, I feel like there are several categories. I feel like there was a trend for a while that was like, just find the most bland human name you can for a pet.
Right, yeah.
Which, whatever.
Daryl, like that kind of thing.
That sort of thing,
okay.
which... whatever. And then there's I feel like there's a new trend where it's like you name the thing table.
Right.
Which I don't. God bless everyone that's doing it, but you got to give the animal some respect. Some
I know
dignity.
that's the first thing I thought of. Like, oh my god, that's like no respect for the animal.
You're calling it shouldn't be an object unless it's an object you appreciate.
Yeah,
it sounds kind of nice.
Let's name it fucking toilet. Yeah. Let's make its life miserable.
And then there's a category that everyone runs into of names where you associate it with the people in your life you hate, and so that eliminates so many names for me.
Okay, yes, and that's the same way it is with naming babies.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, with babies, it's even more difficult because you only really have human names to pick from.
Yes, that's true. You can't just name them Strawberry. I mean, you can,
sure,
but also you have to keep in mind like. What are they going to be made fun of for? What are their nicknames?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so you're limited in that way, and also initials. Like, does it spell something awful?
Right.
So you have to sort of think about all that. There's traps everywhere.
Right. What's your middle name?
I don't have one.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I'm disgusting.
You're really kind of
I'm a
subhuman.
I am. No, I do not have. My full name is Gil Odd.
Oh.
Yes.
I would have assumed Gilbert, obviously.
No, just Gil Odd. GIL -AD. I have a dash on my birth certificate.
I love that. That's really pretty.
I don't.
You sure. I mean,
it's fine. It's fine. It means joy forever. That's what it means.
I mean, that's gorgeous.
I like that. That's cute. What's your middle name?
Eric. Which is, to me, a middle name with a confusing first name. It's nice to have a middle name that most people can understand.
Were you named after someone?
A mountain man named Jim Bridger.
A mountain man?
Yes. I grew up in Salt Lake City.
Okay.
And he was a mountain man throughout the mountains.
Okay.
I think in Salt Lake.
And your parents had a connection to him, or just
from living in Utah?
Just living in Utah.
Yeah, and they thought that's and
where's Eric from?
Nice. That's a great question. I should probably get into that with my parents, but I feel like it was just a name they like the sound of, which to me I think is an odd pick for a middle name. I feel like usually you want to pick like something sentimental,
the weird or the sort of
very
different.
Strange.
Yes.
They kind of did it backwards with me.
Right.
But I'm glad they gave me that because at restaurants,
you're not.
I can just be Eric.
Okay.
You're
not going by.
I'm not spelling my name all the time to everybody.
Oh, I like that.
But often I'll say Eric to people, and when they mishear that, I give up. I just say, well, whatever. And if they also,
that's part of the reason why I cut to just Gil.
Of course.
I was just like, I can't anymore. I'm fucking done.
There are very few situations where the investment is enough to be like, okay, this is how my name is spelled. You need to know it. It's like your passport and your driver's license.
Exactly.
And maybe your spouse should know.
Yeah.
But outside of that.
Well, my child now uses it, my older child, in a derogatory way, my name.
Oh, no, that's
She just
tough.
says it in like, hey, Gilad. It's like a curse or something. And I actually, because I am sort of self-conscious about it slightly, it feels insulting.
Of course. And she'll probably continue to weaponize that as she grows to.
Absolutely. And so she should. I'm proud of her. I'm proud of her for doing so.
When did she learn your whole name?
When she was like 4 or something like that. Yeah, 3 or 4.
And was there a period when you had to be like, don't call me Gil, don't call me Gilad?
There are, sometimes where she's trying to be disrespectful on purpose, and calling me by my name or by my full name or, she likes to call me butthole too. She is obsessed. The older one now is obsessed with like buttholes, butt cracks,
Of course.
like hairy cracks, all the type of like cracks you can have.
Do you feel like she learned that at home or at school?
The obsession with butts probably home.
Okay, sure.
And I think like reinforced at school. Like,
Right.
there's terrible kids. There's terrible.
You really can't choose who your kids get to communicate with at school, and they meet some real tough types.
Like there's real grossos out there with like awful parents who are just you see it like trickle down to your own kid, and it's a nightmare.
But I guess kind of good that some level of their life is not in your control. They bring things home. And
they bring diseases home. They bring they have so much weird food. Like I traded my carrots for this like fucking weird, version of a Twinkie that they're just like eating. You have no control, and it's just they come back with like weird stuff.
Did your parents pack you lunch for school?
They did.
And was it stuff you wanted to eat?
No.
Okay.
No, it was the same shit every day. It was a granola bar, and it was like a sandwich with cream cheese on it. Sometimes it had pickles. It was gross. What about you? Did you?
My mom packed lunch, and it was a similar thing where I think it was like an apple. Some type of cookies, which were rotating. EL Fudge, Oreo, Chips Ahoy.
That sounds great.
Those were the only thing that basically got eaten.
Yeah.
And then a sandwich which my mom would put butter on no matter what the contents were.
No.
God bless. But it would be like a peanut butter sandwich which she would
with
also
butter?
add butter. I think in an attempt to be like, I need to get some weight on these kids.
Right.
But
my thin children.
But the paradox was I was eating none of it.
because
it's like, this tastes horrible.
Has butter on this. But have you seen those like videos online of that like father he's like, he has like a really like soft voice, and he's like, I'm packing my children lunch today. Today it's, steak over rice, charred broccolini, and like sliced octopus. Like sometimes he puts like baby octopus in there. It really is. I don't know if it's true or not.
He doesn't have kids.
He probably does not have kids.
There's no way he has kids.
It's like also those people who have they pack lunches, or not pack lunches. They make lunches for their dog, and it looks like
give me a
5-star. It looks like a Michelin star dinner, but with like rabbit heads. And I don't know who it's for or what's it's like so confusing to me and upsetting.
Yeah, I just don't believe any of that's actually happening.
Actually true.
It's very easy to put yourself on video doing whatever you want.
Yeah.
Put a GoPro in the lunch bag and let me go to school with the kid and see them eat that lunch.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I know it's just
I guess
show.
Part of it's just to make me angry, right? It's
it's rage bait. This is pure rage bait.
Pure rage bait. Like, look what I'm doing for my child that you cannot possibly do.
There is no way.
There's no way. It's insane. You have to wake up at like 4 in the fucking morning.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're doing it on camera.
It's awful.
No, I don't. I think that until I got to middle school, my mom packed me lunches, and then she started sending, I think, like $2 to buy lunch at school, which I then would only use part of to buy cookies, and then save the rest to buy video games.
Yeah.
So I was just out of control. I think it probably is why I'm so short. I probably like.
That's why you think you're short?
Malnutrition, self-imposed.
That's so funny. For me, it's definitely genes is why I'm short. But my daughter will go to school and there's like a snack, so she'll eat. She'll be like, I'll be like, you cannot eat snack today. Don't fucking do it. And she will go and eat. They have like fruit bars covered in like drizzled chocolate, and she will eat it. And then she'll be like, I didn't eat lunch today. I'm like, so annoying.
Why do they have the snack? Why do they have that trap?
They offer snack or recess. And
you get one or the other?
You get one or the other. And so she chooses snack every fucking time so she doesn't have to eat the shitty lunch that I pack her.
The psychological game the school is playing with the children is crazy.
It is.
That's very odd.
Would you like pleasure or
exercise?
Food? Yeah, exactly.
Wow, that's very odd. No, we weren't allowed to eat during school. I think in 5th grade, our teacher would give us one saltine. But no gum or anything.
That's like prison food.
Yeah. But like you're so hungry in the middle of the day, it tasted incredible.
Yeah, that's true.
And I actually will stand up for a saltine.
I'm sorry. I would say that giving saltines out and only saltines is prison-like, but saltines are incredible.
They really are an underrated thing.
They are.
There's something about eating one saltine and it's just like pure salt.
Pure salt.
But
Whenever my grandparents had saltines, I was always just like, let me steal that. Let me get your wheat thin. Let me take a bowl of your total. Like, for some reason, their food seemed appetizing to me.
Yeah, if you had that stuff at home, I don't think you would ever go for it.
No.
But like as a forbidden fruit,
exactly.
The saltine?
Yeah.
Give me one of those.
Give me one of those. Right now. Let me feel like I'm in a bunker for a minute. Let me enjoy.
There are certain categories of food where, like, if I can kind of frame them as a certain type of thing, like, for example, if I'm eating McDonald's for whatever reason, if I'm like, if I were on like a space station, and this is in the future, this is like Jetsons food, it's good. Maybe not compared to regular hamburger or anything else.
Give me an example.
I mean, at McDonald's. Yeah, like I'm at McDonald's. I'm not at McDonald's.
I'm at a McDonald's right now. Let me paint a picture.
No, but like a cheeseburger barely resembles to me a real cheeseburger.
Correct.
So it's almost like, I guess, like remember in the second Back to the Future movie where they have the pizza that turns into a big pizza?
Yes, like you put it in like one of those toaster microwave thingies.
Or if I can just contextualize it as a future food.
Then you can eat it.
It's like a cheeseburger flavored food.
So you're imagining when you eat like a McDonald's, my glasses are fogging, by the way. I'm sweating and short.
Hot in here.
So when you eat a cheeseburger, you're imagining you're like in like a Kubrick movie, like in the future, like you're okay.
Bright lights.
And then suddenly it's tasty for you.
It's tolerable.
It's tolerable.
It's better than what it is.
Okay.
But only with a McDonald's cheeseburger.
With only a McDonald's.
If I'm eating a cheeseburger from a restaurant that cares, I don't have to give it any fictional...
So you don't like the taste of McDonald's, or you're just like, it's McDonald's.
It's another category. It's a food stuff.
Gotcha.
Instead of a food, I would say.
I could see that. I guess it would make it more fun.
Yeah, I think it makes it more fun. I think it ultimately makes it less depressing.
Right, it's like cutting a sandwich into fours or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
even diagonally.
Now it's cute.
Yeah.
Now I can eat it. It's a cute sandwich. Or diagonally, it's like, whoa.
You have to dress it up a bit.
Exactly. Let me put an olive in a toothpick on top of my sandwich, and now I can eat it.
One of the great wastes of food is putting an olive on. That makes no sense whatsoever.
That's right. We should be eating the toothpick, is what you're saying.
Yes. Throw away the olive and eat the toothpick. I love the taste. Well, there's something else that I kind of, occasionally on this podcast have to like think of another, reframe in my mind so I don't freak out.
Okay.
I was excited to have you here today. I already said
Thank
that.
you.
I was looking forward to having you here. The podcast.
Is it too early to say I love you? No.
I feel like I could get there. Maybe by the end of the podcast.
Maybe if I dress you up with an olive, I can get there. Okay, go ahead.
But by then you're going to be asking me to move in. And now you're moving too fast.
Now
my family's
Bonnie's
concerned.
Involved. Yeah.
But I was looking forward to having you here. The podcast, though, it's called I Said No Gifts.
That's correct.
I don't know if you received an email or several phone calls from producer Annalise. They're known to kind of harass by phone.
A scary man knocked on my door and said, "You better bring some shit."
I was a little surprised when you walked in holding an enormous gift. I'll just say you walked in a way that I had to offer help.
That's true.
And I believe...
Large.
It does say to Bridger.
That's right.
So I assume this is a gift for me.
That's correct.
Well, should I open it here on the podcast?
I mean, it's for you.
Okay.
I love that you're acting like this is not something that you really, really want. Is this like a thing that you do on every...
I don't know. It feels like you're trying to excuse your behavior.
Absolutely not.
Feels like you're trying to back away from a mistake you made.
No, I did not make a mistake. This is a huge gift for you that I was required to bring.
By who?
By who? The security guard at the front of the studio would not let me in if I didn't come. I was forced. A guy came to my house dressed as an AT&T rep.
But he was holding a gun.
He was holding a gun. He did choke me out. And so I had to bring this gift. So I was forced to bring something large.
Okay. Well, I'll open it here. I mean, I will say it's enormous, so let me grab it. I might have to take these headphones off.
Okay. All right, I will. Should I do a voiceover as a narrate? Okay, so Bridger is lifting this gift. It is. I can now barely be seen over it. It's enormous.
For anyone watching, you're not going to be able to see me for a few minutes. I'm completely blocked out by the gift. We're both blocked out by the gift.
Which seems, by the way, very nice. I will say nicely wrapped.
Beautifully wrapped.
Beautifully wrapped and very important. Like there's something extremely important inside there.
It has 2 different bows on it. So let's I'm kind of on camera here.
Yeah, let's get in there.
Okay, now we're opening.
Getting the ribbon off. And have fun with it, you know what I mean? I mean, this seems like it's not every day you get such... Okay.
Oh my God, the wrapping.
The wrapping? It looks like it was wrapped. I don't know why. It looks like it was wrapped in a home for the aged.
It looks like it was wrapped by the Unabomber.
By the Unabomber,
This is a nail
exactly.
bomb.
I hope there's not a bomb in there. Wink, wink. I hope we're not gonna die today, like the families on Little House on the Prairie.
Okay, we're still opening. Is it okay that I'm opening it like this?
Absolutely. Tear at it. It only took me years to do it this beautifully.
Do you want to help?
Sure. No, you know what? No, actually, okay. I want to kind of watch.
We're just going to do this.
I want it to be work, and that was part of the plan.
Okay, we're getting close here.
We're getting close. All right.
I like this. Oh.
What's in there?
There's another wrapped item inside.
No way. No, it's one of these?
Okay.
All right. We've made it smaller.
Listener, I've now pulled out a thing now in full wrapping paper. It was in a big brown box.
That's right.
And now it's in some 2 different types of wrapping paper, and it's more of a round object.
It's more of a round object, yeah. It almost looks like an ottoman. A wrapped ottoman.
Yeah.
Beautifully wrapped, might I add, once again. Someone from some sort of department store must have done this.
This is a Nordstrom.
This is an elf. This is an elf's doing.
You went to Bloomingdale's. Okay.
All right. The wrapping paper is coming off.
Another layer off, and now we're to like a plastic bin.
A bin
with tape and another big piece of like poster board over
like
the top.
oak tag on the top here. And now we're going at. Looks like there's packing tape here.
Yeah,
Someone really cared about what they were doing. It looks like. And we will get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, we've got to find out.
This is a very important...
This is the longest unwrap ever on the show.
Has it been? Okay. I'm breaking records left and right here.
Okay, we're getting...
I hear a little giggle coming from...
Okay. Now we're getting in. I'm getting a look at the next thing.
By the way, Bridger's arms are cut and slashed. He's got blood running down his eyes. He's trying.
I can barely stand up this one.
Oh, what do we see in here? Oh, this is weird. What's this?
There's another wrapped gift inside a giant plastic bucket. So we'll take this out.
We'll take that out. Looks like almost like a Russian doll.
Yes. Now this is a beautifully wrapped.
That's beautifully wrapped.
This one's really beautiful. It's like almost like a treasure box shape.
Yep, a chest.
In another wrapping paper with a gold bow.
There's got to be like doubloons in here or something, right?
Obviously treasure.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're pulling this apart. Now this one's really... Okay, now the next thing's really beautiful, so this must be the gift.
Yeah, it must be. I think we're here.
Okay, so now we're getting to the next layer, which is now all poster
By the
board.
way, if you're listening to this on your phone, you have not mistakenly rewound it. This is still the gift being opened.
Yeah, we're now to a treasure chest or like a wagon train shaped box, which is made out of more cardboard and tape.
We're very, very close. I feel
Yeah,
it.
we must be to the gift. Now we're getting in here.
Oh, by the way, this is what I think heaven feels like to me. Someone suffering through my horrendous bit.
Okay, now we're pulling this part off.
Okay.
And now we're to like a wooden crate.
And what do we see inside
Now,
here?
inside the wooden crate is a gift bag. So let's pull this out.
Okay, we've pulled out the gift bag. All right, this has got to be
This
it. All right,
must be. Now, this is a gift bag that's kind of a wavy blue and green,
Yes.
which is very cute.
Yep,
So
it's
nice.
very cute. Obviously, very expensive.
So we'll open it up, and I'm sure whatever's in here is the gift.
It is absolutely the gift.
Oh,
Okay, what have we got here? We've got the gift, and it is it's wrapped.
No, it's there's another
no.
gift in here. Now, this is a gift. It's a smaller box. It's
That's
a
right.
kind of round top.
A
with
little bit less of a treasure chest, more of a. Well, how would you describe
This
it?
is probably like a swollen box.
A swollen box.
With a star wrapping paper.
It's a
which is
box
so
that got
pretty.
stung by a bee. Is what happened.
But with a night skyscape on it.
That's right.
And a purple bow. Okay, so I'm sure the gift is under here. So
Yeah.
let's
So let's open this.
Under here. And we're
All right, and we're here. We are here.
interesting.
Okay.
I'm standing in maybe a foot of garbage.
Which is part of the gift.
Okay, I can finally sit down.
Oh, nice.
So I can, I'm now back to the mic completely. I've been standing this whole time. So now we're to like a little white box, very cute. Again, well wrapped. More tape.
well wrapped.
Probably more tape. This is the most taped layer we've gotten to.
You can
So-
tell just from the wrapping that a lunatic did not wrap this.
Yeah, this is a normal person.
This is a normal person,
This was
not
a
Ted
professional.
Kaczynski.
Yes. Okay.
This is what it felt like for Ted, like Christmas at Ted Kaczynski's house, by the way.
Okay, now the tape on here, this is, again, the most tape layer, so I'm sure whatever's beneath this layer is what Gil brought.
Yes, absolutely.
So we'll open it, and this
Here
one's
we go.
real tough. This is the hardest layer yet.
Okay.
So we're getting into it, and it's...
I believe there's no packing tape below this one.
Okay,
So
there may be no... This is the... Yeah, this could have been shipped across the country
Bridger is
flawlessly.
using his teeth. He's biting it, and might I add, you can't see it, but he's swallowing some of the tape. He's that
didn't eat
rabid.
breakfast.
He needs to open this gift.
Okay, so now we have a plastic bin, kind of like a Tupperware bin.
Yeah,
And within this is actually a gift.
it's a gift.
So I'll pull this out.
Surprise, surprise.
And now this is like a treasure box that they would have at the dentist's office.
That's
This
right.
is where you get your prize, but it's wrapped.
That's right. This is a construction guy's lunchbox.
yeah,
right here.
You would sit on a big beam
You would
above
sit
the
on a
city
beam,
with this.
yes. Fall down as you make fun of your wife, that kind of thing.
Okay, so this is like a Dalmatian wrapping paper. The Dalmatian's on skateboard and with a bow on
Another
top.
beautiful bow.
So we'll pull that open. And
Wow, this is-
I can't wait to see what's in here.
Yeah, me too.
Let's see what's
I'm
underneath
very
this.
excited.
Okay, so interesting. So now there's another wrapped layer. Now this is just your white poster board layer
Typical, yeah.
with a Scotch tape.
Now
which is
Scotch tape.
easier on the hands and arms. And I won't have to do my teeth this time. We're opening. Oh,
Which is disappointing a little bit.
Yeah, it's a shame.
I'd rather you do it with your teeth.
but my jaws are so tired. Okay, so I've got some tape on my hand. We'll just slowly pull it. Okay, pull that
You
off.
could hear that. Yeah,
Yeah.
good sound effects.
Now we've got a little cute little plastic bin.
Yep.
Which clear, see-through, and it's holding interestingly a gift.
A little gift.
So
It's a bag.
It's a gift bag with all sorts of fun snack
That's right.
foods.
That I got in an adult store.
Yes, this was adults only.
Yeah, that's right. It was a parting gift at a strip club.
It's got hot dogs and ice cream cones with faces, and one has googly eyes, actual googly eyes. I guess they couldn't afford all googly eyes. on
Oh,
the
I didn't
objects.
even notice that.
So
Look at
that's
that.
a special little treat. But let's
Yeah,
see.
let's
I
see
can't
what's
wait
in
to
it.
see what gift is.
Yeah,
in
let's
here.
see, because this is it. It can't get any smaller than
okay.
this. And we've got, what do we have? We have a gift. Oh my gosh. It's almost like we're going nuts, folks.
I'm going to open the gift.
Sisyphus, this is very Sisyphus.
This is the Greek.
This is
always
a
opening
tragedy.
A gift. That's life. Is you're just constantly opening a gift that never.
That never, pans out. But I will say, I really do hope it pays off for the person who made this sake. I hope it pays off once we get to it.
Now look at that little gift. It's
That's cute.
we're now half a shoebox size, I would
That's
say.
right.
With the most darling flower wrapping paper and
I
a
would
big
call it
orange
darling.
bow.
Yes, I would.
So now we're opening this and we're unwrapping. Okay.
All right.
If people are listening to this at a loud volume on their car speakers, the speakers are destroyed.
They're destroyed. That's right.
Absolutely. Okay, now we're getting to this is the most novel box yet. This one, we
Whoa.
haven't seen a box like this
No,
yet.
it's almost like a bent out of shape
To-go box from a restaurant
You
or
could
something.
almost call it a stupid box. It
is-
looks very stupid.
Yeah, I don't know what this would actually hold. Medical supplies or
It almost
diapers?
looks like it is a little container for pens, like two of them taped together. That's what it looks like. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, that would be an interesting guess, but I was thinking the same thing.
Oh, okay.
So we'll pull the tape.
I lied about the packing tape.
The packing tape
is back.
is back and harder than ever. Okay.
All right, here we go.
Oh, and some
once
Scotch
we
tape.
open this, it does look a little styrofoam. It almost looks like the packaging for a McDLT.
Yeah, McDLT or like a kidney.
A kidney, exactly.
Transfer a kidney. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, and now talk about cute.
We're getting cuter, folks.
Now the box is probably the size of, like a McDLT, I would say. This
Okay.
would hold, no, this is a McNuggets.
This is a McNugget.
This is a 6-piece.
By the way, everything else, we will refer to it as a McDonald's
Yes,
sizes.
because this is they said we'll start paying for the episode at 40 minutes.
Yes, uh-huh.
And so now this
We're
is
in the future, by the way. This is the future. Everything is McDonald's-like. Now, this is the gift. By the way, I have to say, this is it. We have reached the gift.
and I believe you. It's a pink wrapping paper with strawberries and flowers and popsicles. Very cute. With a bow I've never seen. This is like a
Very
flower.
cute. Yeah,
Very
smushed
cute.
flower, yeah.
Smushed flower. Pull that off. Now we're unwrapping this gift.
All right, what do we got here?
Oh! Inside is another wrapped object.
All right.
And now this is probably the size of a, I would say this is like a small McDonald's fries.
That's right.
Some of the best fries on the market.
That's right. You could also you would also put like maybe 6 Wendy's nuggets in.
Okay,
this
but
thing.
that again, Wendy's is
You're
not
right.
paying.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's McDonald's.
This could be filled with a McDonald's yogurt.
Okay,
maybe,
thank you.
If they're still selling yogurt.
I always buy yogurt at McDonald's.
I think people only go to McDonald's
for yogurt. Yep.
Yeah, that's over $1 billion sold.
over 1 billion sold yogurts.
Yogurts. Okay, so now we're opening this, and we're pulling this white package open.
All right, let's see what we got in here.
Okay, so now what I found, and I believe this has to still continue to be open, but it is now the package is a dog food, a Caesar. Is it?
That's weird.
Is Caesar the dog trainer guy? Is this his dog food?
I couldn't tell you.
Or is it a competing Caesar?
It might be the name of the dog.
Oh, it might be this white dog here.
Yeah.
But it's filet
Which
mignon
they agonized
flavor.
over calling him Caesar for a long time.
That was so many years and meetings, and but it's made with real beef and fillets and gravy. But it looks like it needs to be open because it's still taped.
That's weird.
And it doesn't smell like dog food.
No, it must have been washed out.
So let's
repeatedly
open this. Okay, so now we've opened this, and for the listener, we're showing this little dog food thing I've opened to find, interestingly, a small gift.
Whoa.
Which is now the size of a 50-cent piece, which can buy you maybe a half a 99-cent drink at McDonald's if they're on sale.
That's right.
That's a rare thing you find these days.
It's almost like it looks like the size of a water bottle cap, like a Dasani you might get at a McDonald's,
or a very large contact for somebody with a huge eye.
That's so funny that you say that, and you'll find out why in a second.
Okay, so we're opening
so funny.
this.
It's almost like we're telepathic at this point.
And now I
can't even believe you just said that. That's absolutely wild. Do you have a camera and a teddy bear in my house? I don't understand.
Well, I'll remind you, a few weeks ago, you got a delivery, a large box.
That's right. An AT&T serviceman came and gave me a delivery, said, keep this in the corner of your house. I was like, all right.
And now I'll point out something else I've noticed here is the hair got attached to the tape on this one.
There are many. If you go back and look at the tape, there is a wig of hair here. You could make a fucking wig of hair.
You can't wrap a gift without a piece of hair getting
No,
attached.
absolutely
That's how the old saying
No,
goes.
actually, you got to put one in for good luck.
Yes, for good luck. Okay, so we're opening, and this is a polka dot wrapped, and again, professionally wrapped. We're opening this.
That's right.
And now, how interesting.
Oh, how interesting.
I actually...
You psychic. Unbelievable.
It is the half of a contact lens holder.
Wow.
And I've never seen one in this color.
You haven't?
I always see it in a green or a blue.
Okay, I chose the purple. I was like, I love this one the most.
Yeah, this is really
And
nice.
surprisingly, they cut in half very easily.
Yeah, I've never seen one cut in half.
No, you don't, because people usually have two eyes.
They'll have the two contacts.
Yep.
But this is a mono contact.
Yes, now it's getting small.
Okay, so
I don't know how many we're going to
opening
fit in here. Okay. What do we got in there?
Now, this is the first thing that is not dry, which through this process that I've opened. And it looks like a raspberry.
You'd be right. That is a raspberry.
It's a true, real raspberry.
Now, I have to ask you a question.
Right. They're not sold at McDonald's.
They're not sold at McDonald's. No fruit allowed. I have to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
What do you know about the properties of a raspberry? What do you know? Can you name a few properties of a raspberry?
I would say a raspberry is hollow.
That ding, 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 ding! You could fit a what in there?
I mean, whatever your imagination comes
You
up
could
with, I
fit
would
a
say.
gift, my friend. A gift in there.
Okay, so I'm going to pull out this raspberry from a contact lens
Nature's
holder.
pocket. Nature's wrapping. And what do we
It
got?
is nature's wrapping.
That's right. What do we got
Should I
in there?
eat the raspberry as I'm opening it?
I wouldn't.
No, okay.
I
It's probably been here
wouldn't
for years.
Unless you want to get sick.
So I've opened the raspberry.
That's right.
Put that back in the contact lens holder. And now I found what appears to be a raisin.
That's correct. Your gift is a raisin.
There's nothing in here.
Absolutely
Maybe
not.
bacteria.
Maybe a seed. Maybe a tiny
Should
seed.
I open it up?
You can.
Might as well. We've gotten this far. My hands are wet.
All right. This is what I wanted to do. Make you look like a psychopath. Because he's opening a raisin right now, folks.
It's a raspberry-soaked raisin.
That's right.
And I think that's the end of...
That's it. That's it.
This is kind of the center of the universe.
It is.
This might be
This is like
the center of the universe.
It's like, the universe on a turtle's back. It's where
right.
This is it.
And who's really to say where the center of the universe is?
It's right here.
It could be this.
Yeah. It could be this. It could be CityWalk.
It could be Mario Lopez.
It could be Mario Lopez.
He would be maybe
I
that's
think
his
it is.
goal.
Maybe
to become
it is.
the center of the universe.
That's
okay,
true.
I need to find something to wipe my hands with. And unfortunately, I don't have much
There's no paper
around.
here, no.
So I'll have to look around the ground. Oh, here's some. I'll just use this as a napkin.
Have you ever gotten a raisin before?
Unfortunately, like the last 9 episodes have been raisins, which is a shame because it's you get tired talking about raisins.
You do.
And
it's so funny. We were talking about old people food, and along comes the sweet raisin, the gentle raisin.
Kind of the basis of every senior's diet.
That's right.
The foundation.
Yeah.
And
it's not too sweet.
It's a little snack. It's a little
It's
treat.
a little treat. Gives you a little pick-me-up during the day.
Not too hard to chew through, but not too soft to make you feel old.
Uh-huh. Children like it and old people
Children,
like
I will say, out of all people, children love raisins the most.
it. Love raisins.
Probably the biggest audience for raisins is
It's children.
children. You go trick-or-treating, a child will love a raisin.
I was just talking about how fun it is to get raisins in a little box. Okay? You know those little Sun-made boxes?
Of course, the little...
I mean, the little box is half of the raisin. I mean, think about these boxes. That's half the gift.
I'm shocked one of those little boxes didn't come into play here.
That's right. That's right. I fucked up.
Huge, okay.
It was a huge oversight by my
If you'll
part.
do me a favor, we'll just pause recording right
I will
now.
go by.
You're not far from here.
No, I'm
just
not.
run home.
Uh-huh.
And if you wouldn't mind just doing this all over again with one difference.
It is, though, exactly like the olive, isn't it? Where, it makes raisins, it makes you want to eat, the kids, if I offer my child, just straight up loose raisins,
Right.
they're like, if I put it in a tiny fucking cute box, suddenly it's like, whoa, look what I got. I got a fun toy. And
What's happening at your home?
I mean, it could speak to how moronic my children are, but I think it more speaks to we love opening little presents.
There's nothing more fun.
No.
I mean, I've just opened. Did you? I would
Gonna
count
count?
like
What do you think?
19
Yeah, something like that.
layers of
Yeah,
and each one was more fun than the last.
that's right.
You know, the first one, if I had just opened and there was just one thing in there,
No.
what a boring day.
What a boring day.
I'm already hanging by a thread.
That's right.
I would have been a mess.
Yep.
But then to see I have 18 more things to open, it's like Christmas over and over. The
Not
things
work at all. No, that's what you want to do is you want to keep opening gifts.
Yeah. You never want to get an object.
And then you want it to be a fucking meaningless little raisin. That's what you want. You want a huge gift. You want the anticipation and then the payoff of a raisin.
Anticipation's better.
It is, always.
The unknown.
Exactly.
In a horror movie, once you see the monster, it's over.
Exactly.
At Christmas, once you open the sweater, it's over.
It's over. Once you're like, oh, let's go out on New Year's Eve. Let's go to a restaurant. Let's go to Disneyland. Anytime you get there, it's just like, oh, now there's people here.
Now this is
Food's
my
not
life.
good. This is my life. It's like the excitement is so much better.
Yeah, the imagining of what could possibly be here
Yeah.
could have never lived up to a raisin.
To a raisin. Well, I'm glad you like
inedible raspberry and raisin. You did find nature's gift wrap.
I did.
At least as far as the berry category, I would say within vegetables, probably a romaine.
Romaine. I mean, strawberries have a little hole in the middle. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, but that one always feels wrong.
It does.
It feels like you couldn't just fill it up.
They made a mistake.
Yeah.
What is that hole for?
What's
Do
happening?
people call in or write to the show?
Yeah. About berries.
About berries?
Things
Okay.
you find in the woods, forage for.
Yeah, you should have people. If anyone knows what that hole, the evolutionary
what's
reason.
the point of it?
Yeah.
Maybe it allowed the bug to live in there rather than to eat its way in.
Yeah.
So it's
that
like,
sounds right.
Listen, this is a home for you as long as you don't mess things up.
That's
Worms
right.
allowed. Just don't eat anything.
Just don't eat anything.
And that allowed them for billions of years to become the strawberry we know and love today.
Is a strawberry a flower?
Strawberry is exclusively a flower.
It is. And what about a raspberry?
A raspberry's a nut.
It is a nut.
Yes.
Wow.
So
that was an immediate response, so much so that I believe that you have. This is something you've studied or learned.
well, that's my other podcast.
Okay.
Is it a nut or a flower?
Okay, cauliflower.
Cauliflower's a meat.
Cauli nut.
Cauli nut is a space rock.
Okay. Okay.
So things are, and that's another podcast for someone else to do.
That's true. Yeah.
Leave that out of my show.
That's right.
I mean, I can only do so many things.
I apologize for mixing and matching.
Yes, and a raisin ultimately is a gift. That's the category within the whole family tree of those.
The category is gift.
Yeah,
for raisin.
Raisin is gift. Yes. Well, I'm so thrilled. I wonder what happened with the rest of the raisins you had.
Okay. So now I have to be honest with you. That raisin I found on the floor. That is a loose child rug raisin. So I would highly recommend not eating it. It could have been like weeks old.
Did you find the raspberry in the back of your car?
No, the raspberry I took out of the fridge.
Okay.
The raspberry I took out of the fridge. By the way, I had to like search a bunch of different. I needed a perfect pocket. But that raisin, I was like, I need something. Should it be like, I was thinking a crumb maybe.
Okay, sure.
I needed something perfect. And then it was just like, like the guy, like a choir sang, "Ah," and like the light came down from like a stained glass window and shined onto this dirty little shitty raisin on the floor.
This reminds me, like the one story I've heard about you, I think was from Daniel Libman.
Okay.
And I think like the first day that you were working, or like very on.
They were just recently on the show.
Yes,
right?
I love
Brothers.
those two so much.
Yeah.
They were working with you on a show very early on, and one of them noticed you had, I think, a vanilla Oreo, and you had a Sharpie, and you were
and I was coloring
it to look like a regular Oreo. So this like really comes together. In
yeah, no, it does. It does. I like doing that. I like drawing on food.
Do you have any memory of that Oreo?
I do. I mean, you just brought me back like Nom too. It was on Happy Endings. We worked together on a show.
Right. Yes.
But yeah, I was at first I started as a writer's assistant on that show.
Oh,
and
I
was horrific. Like didn't care, not taking notes, didn't know what I was doing, didn't know how to use Final Draft. Like was like hired for something specific, but didn't. And then that's what I would do all day. It's like,
how did you not
make
get
stuff
fired?
That's
a nice group of people.
I was just like, trying to be silly.
Writer's assistant job is one of the most high-stress jobs you can have.
You can have. And I was terrible at it and yelled at and then got promoted to a writer after that. They were like, you're so bad, we want to...
Please, let's put you in another category.
Yes. You can't... It was always like, did you take notes on that? I'd be like, huh? It was like all that. Like, Gil, did you write that down? Did you get that? What? It was a lot of that.
Did you ever get in trouble for it?
I mean, trouble. I don't know.
Did you ever feel like, oh, my job's in danger?
No, I didn't care, I think, at that point. I was just like...
That's amazing.
Yeah, I was like, for some reason in my head, I was like, you guys need me. I don't need this. It was a very
right.
stupid...
It turns out you were right.
It turns out I was
quite
right.
a gamble,
it's good
though.
to have that attitude when in any job, not to be grateful for anything. That's what I've learned.
Entry level, just be the worst possible at your job.
That's right. And people will be mesmerized by you. You will work yourself up. It is like Forrest Gump or what's that movie? Being There.
I've never seen Being There.
Oh, it's great. It's like the good Forrest Gump.
Oh,
you should watch
interesting.
it. Yeah.
What is he just goes through life and has interesting things happen to him. Okay.
Exactly. And just like moves through life. I forgot his name is like something Chance, something. I forgot what his name is in the movie. But it's, Peter Sellers is incredible in it.
Okay.
It's good. It's sort of the same premise.
Right. I like the premise.
Falling up, kind of.
Right. And then there was a sequel to Forrest Gump, apparently.
There was. What was it?
Apparently Forrest Gump 2.
No.
That's true.
That's not true.
There was a book sequel.
Stop.
The movie's based on a book, apparently.
It is?
Look, and now maybe I'm saying these things.
Oh my
so
God.
confidently.
No. I think it sounds.
I know.
It sounds right.
But apparently there was a sequel, and I think it gets very dark.
Oh, in Forrest Gump?
Yeah.
What? Oh no. What happens to Forrest? Wait, is he alive at the end of the first one?
Yes, right before he snaps.
He
in
kills
the sequel.
his child. He kills Haley Joel Osment in the
He
second
goes
one.
on a killing spree.
It's like, oh, you liked him? You morons.
Every famous person he meets in the sequel dies. Ends up dead in a horrific way.
First scene in Forrest Gump 2, Forrest Gump puts Haley Joel Osment in a dryer and turns it on. That is what happened. What a disappointment. That's what
we were rooting for this
guy. And now he's tumbling his little child? That's fucking crazy.
He had just been through a lot. He had been to war.
Uh-huh.
He had met one president.
That's right.
Those are two things I remember.
Everyone forgot that he was stupid.
He saw his girlfriend play naked live.
That's right.
And
he played ping pong.
Opened co-opened a franchise shrimp company.
That's right.
Which is still maybe at CityWalk. Mario Lopez may be eating there right now. For all we know.
Oh my God. When's the last time you were there at CityWalk?
I've been to CityWalk one time, and it was because of this show. Someone gave me...
By the way, you're still there. You don't know this, but you're actually still there hallucinating.
Something broke that day. I was given a gift certificate to go indoor skydiving.
Oh, do they have that there?
They have that there, and so I went for that purpose only. There are a kaleidoscope of reasons I don't want to go to the Universal City Walk, but the main one is I don't want to pay for parking.
Uh-huh.
And so this was free parking.
Okay.
And so I thought, okay, fine, I'll do it.
I'll do it. I'll suffer.
So I was there at about 10:30 in the morning, before the crowds, went indoor skydiving.
That's probably the smart way to do it.
Yes, it was empty. I imagine Maroon 5 was blasting over the speakers.
Obviously.
And I went
probably signing gifts or something like that. Uh-huh.
They have a book signing there every morning.
Signing there. Exactly.
It doesn't matter what book. Bring them any book. Adam Levine will sign your book at Universal City Walk. But I did the skydiving, fell in love with indoor skydiving.
Really?
What a time. Haven't been back.
It sounds fun.
The price range is a little high.
Is it dangerous?
I imagine, but now since I've been...
It's just a few people get, sucked into the fan.
Kind of Willy Wonka style.
Yeah.
But people are very good at it. It's like a thing that you can learn to be good.
Like
ballet.
Flips and stuff. Okay.
Yeah, people, since I've been on that, listeners have sent in have you seen this? And they're like World Indoor Skydiving Championships.
Oh, wow.
Where people will be synchronized skydiving, which to me doesn't make any sense. Physically. I don't know how you've learned to do that.
Right.
But that was my one experience and I'd like to keep that my one experience.
Your one experience.
The only other thing I'll do
is see a movie there every week.
is see a movie there every week. on during my break on my shift at the theater. No, I'll say if Mario's willing to interview me,
then you'll do it.
I'll do it.
The last time I was there was Valentine's Day.
Of course, I would have guessed.
Well, I didn't go. I went with a friend because our wives were out of town.
Okay.
And so we were like, let's have a date ourselves. So we went to CityWalk, went to eat at Wolfgang Puck's, which was closed.
He has a restaurant there?
Oh, he did. He did. That monstrosity, I think, is still, I think it's open. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But because I haven't been there since like forever, like 10 years or something
Okay, it's been 10 years.
And we went and couldn't get into Wolfgang Puck's. It was packed because it's beautiful.
Valentine's.
It's Valentine's
Gorgeous.
Day. Ended up having to eat at Subway. We had the worst day of our
The
night of our
Wolfgang Puck
lives.
of,
yes. Do you know John
subs.
Gemberling? Do you know him?
I know of him.
Okay, that was who I was with. And then we went to eat. Then we went to see Percy Jackson.
Oh, another romantic.
Another romantic movie. We get in there. There was like Coca-Cola like spilled all over the like concession stand, and it was like in my sleeve. We were having the worst night ever. We go into the movie theater. He's got this like huge cup of cherry Coke or something like that, and some guy goes like trying to be funny. Goes to John. Hey, can I get a sip of that? Of that drink? And John was like at breaking point, and he goes, "Yeah, but you're gonna have to fucking kill me first." And I lost it. I like dropped to my knees and started crying of laughter. It was just like a culmination of like the worst night ever. It was so funny, and the guy was like, "Whoa, what did I just walk into right now?" Oh, it was fun.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah, that is what CityWalk, the vibes CityWalk gives me.
But how was Percy Jackson?
Incredible.
We've been waiting for the review.
Best movie I've ever seen. Best movie I've ever seen.
It's like Percy Jackson and the Lightning Chasers or something.
Something like that, yeah. It's like,
wow,
yeah.
What a night.
Harry Potter clone.
Yeah,
of a thing.
exactly.
Yeah.
Kind of off-brand.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I know people who regularly go to the Universal City Walk.
I don't know how you can stand it. We were trying to have like an ironic night, and it ended up being like, no, it's actually very bad. What
This
do you
to
do?
me, when people do things like big activities, ironically, it's like you're doing a bad thing.
You're doing a bad
Ultimately,
thing.
it just won't be a good experience.
And I want to remind everybody that this was a long time. I don't do things ironically anymore. That was the last time I was like, oh, I'm paying for it.
I've never, my number one least favorite is going to a restaurant, ironically. Because I'm like, well, then I'm just eating food that
the joke's on you.
Unpleasant.
Your life
and I had
is
to pay
joke.
for it.
Exactly.
No, let's just have a nice time. But that feels like at least you got it all in. You OD'd on this sort of experience.
Yes, exactly. It was an overdose.
And you had at least you got to watch John threaten a stranger.
That was good.
A friend just told me about a road rage experience where he was going to back his car out and the person beeped too hard or something and freaked out.
Okay.
And then my friend backed out and was a little annoyed, so he followed the person for a moment.
No, that's step
the person
one.
Pulled over.
Oh gosh.
And said, "I've got nothing to lose."
So good.
And so my friend was like, okay, and just had to drive home. What do you do in that experience? In that situation?
Okay. You can't do that, right?
No, do not.
You don't know
Number
who
one.
has people have like guns and everything. It's like so bad. Once I was in a car and somebody cut me off. This was also a long time ago. I do not do this. And somebody cut me off and I pulled my car up to their front window. And I had this was complete road rage. And I was like, "You picked the wrong day, lady." That was my line. That's what came out of my mouth. Can you believe that?
What could the plan be moving forward?
I don't know. It sounded like something Stallone would say. And I was just like, we were both looked at each other like, what? And then I just drove away.
Just start crying.
Yeah, it was so, I'm so sorry. That was...
When you say you picked the wrong day, you have to kill the person.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, I wasn't having a bad day. It was like a fine day. I don't know, what I was...
Road rage is crazy.
It's crazy.
Your brain goes to a totally different place.
Yeah.
I mean, I was talking to someone about this recently, and they're is the reason it happens is because just naturally your body's adrenaline while driving really fast has to be up a little bit. So it's like you're not aware that your adrenaline's super high.
I think so.
And so you're ready to be set off.
You're like, okay, my life is at stake.
Right.
And this person has no care. It's also that feeling that you have when you're on the internet and you can't see the person's face. And you're like,
Yes.
I'm going to say whatever the fuck I want in this comment section. That's what I feel like.
And you're a notorious troll.
And I'm a notorious troll. I will go to anybody, especially like younger actors. But seriously, though, it feels like I'm now equating like, okay, maybe YouTube comments are like road rage on the internet.
Yeah.
But it is like you don't know. You're like, they're not a real human being until you actually
Right.
see their face, you know? And so you're like, I can say whatever the fuck I want. How dare they?
And everybody kind of has this reservoir of just built up frustration and anger. And it's like,
Exactly.
well, this is a place to kind of let that out.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's so
Exactly.
dangerous.
It's so dangerous. It makes no sense. And also, I just talked about this with my wife. We talk about this all the time, which is you want the person who you're talking to learn a lesson ultimately
Right.
and be like either a better driver or not do it in the future. And that is never going. It's like in your head, the fantasy is, oh, that person taught me ago. Now I will actually follow the rules. Thank God.
I didn't know.
I didn't know.
Silly me.
Yeah, or like you're like, I hope that person gets into an accident, but they're okay, and they just learned their lesson, and then like it's just anger. It's just like pent up anger. Nothing comes from letting it out. I feel like
The like most I'll do at this point, and I actually think this might be even more dangerous, is when someone's mad at me, is to smile and wave, which I have to imagine is even more infuriating.
yes,
Probably.
yes.
That
Is more infuriating. One time I had someone in New York, I was walking on the street and someone said something horrible to me. And for some reason, my reaction was, I forgive you. I forgive you. And this incensed the man. He was like, you can't forgive me. You can't be sweet to me. He was just like so angry. And I was like, I forgive you. I forgive you. It was like a Goodwill Hunting or something. Like I was like, I forgive you, sir. There's something about being kind to someone. Like
they short circuit.
Yeah, they short circuit. They're like, I don't
thought
get
you would
this.
just match my energy.
Yeah, no.
It's like-
I'm better than you, sir. I'm better. I am like Zen right now.
The only kind of satisfying road rage is when someone cuts you off or speeds past you, and then you end up at the red light together. You don't even have to look at them. It's just that feeling of like, I
yeah.
feel like the most powerful person in the universe right now.
That's
that person
good.
must feel like such an asshole.
Yeah, they have to like look at you. And
Right,
like,
just
God.
feels
Such
stupid.
shame.
Yeah, just
shame.
sit in their mess.
Yeah, and that's what I get off on actually. Is the shame of other people, especially if they're like older people. If like an older person's cut me off, I'm like, okay. So late in life, you're almost close to death, and you still feel shame. Like that's like
You've never gotten over it.
I've never. No.
Oh, well, is there anything left to say about raisins or raspberries?
They're great.
Do you have a favorite berry?
Oh God. I will say I was going to say strawberry, but
Right.
I find them recently to be too inconsistent.
That's their
Their biggest flaw.
Yeah,
right.
that's a big-
Strawberry was number one on my fruit list. Now I think it's peach,
Oh,
and that is
that's a good
because
fruit. But that's also inconsistent.
It's way more inconsistent. But I would say that the best peach is better than the best strawberry.
I agree.
So that's how I rate it now.
Right.
Whatever the best, give me the best of your.
the platonic.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and I will say for peaches, there's like a pretty good time window that you're aware of that they'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
Strawberries, I've never been able to figure out when you're supposed to get
That's
them.
right. And what about the hole? Can we talk about the hole for a second?
No one's talking about the
No one's
hole.
talking about that missing fruit.
Once
That's
people know about
fucked
this
up.
hole,
Yeah.
strawberries are done.
Strawberries are done. Once people figure out like, oh my God, I'm missing, like, I paid for a full strawberry. I'm getting like, 2/3 of a
My
strawberry.
life has been wasted.
What is this? What's this lie?
Meanwhile, peach, half of it is a stone.
It's right. It's true. Even there's like grooves in the pit of a peach. You fit fruit in there.
That's true.
Like you're getting fruit.
That's efficient.
That's efficient.
And you get something you can throw at someone.
That's
or
right.
Use as a toy.
Yeah, or like wrap and gives it to a gift or something like that. You can always
Jewelry,
use
furniture.
the whole buffalo.
What happens when a peach pit dries out? Is it gross or is it usable?
Are you really asking
Yeah,
this
I'd be
question?
curious.
You're
Like, I feel like somebody
curious?
could like build something out of those.
I'm sure they can.
I feel like you could.
I
that might
could.
be
I
something in
could.
your future.
Yeah, well, thank you. First of all, thank you. I'm actually very flattered and blushing right now. I can build something out of peach pits.
You should become a pit worker,
I should. I should do stuff. Just a pit artist.
like on YouTube, building things out of pits. I don't know. This is an ideas podcast. I say it all the time.
Just throw it out there.
You throw it out and let the guest
We'll see
reap
what
the
sticks.
benefits.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I'm incredible. I'll obviously be saving both of these.
Great.
Those will not be thrown anywhere.
No.
As well as all of this rap.
If you want me to send you some sort of vial to put them in, that's fine too. I can do that.
You know, a little fragrance sampler.
That
Might
would be
good for you.
great.
Stuff those down in there,
Yep.
seal it up, and then it's a time capsule.
That's right.
The world's
Forever.
smallest time capsule.
That's right.
Not a bad idea.
Nope.
Well, I think it's time to play a game.
Okay.
We're going to play a game called Gift or Curse.
Okay.
But first, I need a number between 1 and 10 from you.
10.
Okay. Wow, I think you're a
I'm
very
going
small
up there.
number of
Intense.
people who have. I have to do some light calculating to get our game piece right now. Game
Okay.
pieces. So right now you can recommend, promote, do whatever you want with the microphone. I'll be right back.
Okay. So, all right. So I recommend and promote the show Big Mouth, which I write for and act on. This final season is out right now on Netflix. So please check that out. Watch that. It's great, and it's nice to say goodbye. How was that? Was that good?
It's
still
great.
need me to
I'm
vamp a little
basically
bit more?
down here.
Netflix is a streaming service. Basically, you go onto your big computer, you use your mouse. Okay.
And again, Netflix is only available via
computer.
desktop PC.
That's correct.
You have to have a mouse.
You have to have a mouse and one of those like big, huge PCs that like,
Yes.
you can hear down the block.
Yeah. An engine-powered
An engine-powered
PC. A diesel-powered modem.
Oh, God.
This is how we play Gift or a Curse.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to name 3 things, and you're going to tell me if they're a gift or a curse and why.
Okay.
Then I'll tell you if you're right or wrong because there are correct answers.
Oh.
There's a strong chance you can lose. There's a small chance you can win.
And what happens if I lose?
Well, you're humiliated.
Oh, okay.
And you've had a flawless podcast so far.
Okay.
It would be sad to see you fall on your face at the very end.
Absolutely.
So I think I explained yes. I'll tell you if we're right or wrong. There are correct answers.
The nerves. My
Nerves.
God.
Yeah, you're shaking.
I'm shaking.
You're shaking. You're drooling for some reason.
I'm drooling. I feel number 3 coming on. I'm that.
Okay, this first one is from a listener named Sydney from the mega tier of suggestions. And,
Okay.
So it's very important. Gift or a curse, checking your bag at the gate because the flight is too full.
Checking your bag at the gate. I would say curse.
Why?
Because I fucking hate checking and waiting. I hate waiting for baggage.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what's the benefit? Just that. What is the benefit of checking your bag? What's the benefit? That you're helping other people out? Is that it? I'm truly asking you.
Well, I've got an answer.
Okay, great. So then I know I feel like I'm wrong, and I'm going to change my answer to, of course, you check your bag. All right, what is it?
So you think it's a gift or a curse?
I think it's a curse. I will say it's a curse.
Gil, it's a gift. It's a gift. We've got to get the word out that this is a gift.
Okay, tell me what. Explain to me.
Well, first of all, what a generous thing to do from your heart.
No.
Service?
That's your answer?
First of all,
to be of service to
First of
people?
all, not people, airlines. When you're boarding an airline, the first thing you should be thinking is, what is the health of Delta? What is happening on United Airlines?
Yes,
Southwest?
how can I help JetBlue?
Yes, what's happening financially for this company?
That's right.
They've got to pack these things with people. They have to overbook.
That's right.
And I'm part of that process.
You're worried about the airline.
I'm worried about airlines first.
In the industry or just the corporation specifically?
The corporation specifically.
Okay.
I don't care about the technology,
okay.
the people working, the employees. That doesn't matter to me.
The shareholders.
It's the shareholders ultimately.
Okay.
So I'm thinking about shareholders, which I do in every situation.
Okay.
And so this is my little contribution to the shareholders.
Okay.
Is saying, look, you can take this thing that I went out of my way to pack and bring with me as tightly as possible. So
knowing that I wanted to bring it on the plane.
Yes, so I wouldn't have to wait at the carousel after, so I could just get into the car or God forbid, the LAX shuttle to the car.
Right.
Just trying to eliminate one step from my life. But that was a little selfish of me.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
I want to I want to send my bag to the bottom of the plane and potentially lose it in transit.
Well, I will agree with you on one condition.
What?
If when you arrive at the airport
Yes.
that you're going to, everyone claps for you. If you can give me some sort of reward, I'm all in. Everyone's just like, thank you for. Then I'm in.
I feel like they did used to offer some incentive. That's gone away.
Oh, like
we'll give you a voucher
okay.
or a free drink or something.
No, you're scum. You're complete scum on an airplane.
Now it's just out of the generosity, the openness of your heart that you're willing to sacrifice.
Yeah, and maybe the clerk will laugh at you. Maybe they'll be like, "You animal, you belong in a zoo.
Piece of shit.
You stupid piece of shit. Go sit next to the bathroom." You know. Don't worry, your luggage will be wet when you get it.
So ultimately a gift. People need to know this is a gift.
Absolutely.
And
now I think I see where we're headed.
You understand how stupid you were when you said curse.
Absolutely.
And it's unfortunate, but you're learning.
Okay.
Okay, so number 2, this is from a listener named Mark.
Okay.
And this is a longer one, so pay attention.
Okay.
Gift or don't doze off.
I won't.
Gift or a curse when you're reading off a credit card number on the phone and after every 4 digits they say or okay, or someone's reading off a number to you and they won't continue until you say or okay after every 4 digits. I assume Mark is working at a call center.
Maybe, yeah.
Or in customer service.
Yeah, or he just recently had a traumatic experience with this.
Right, or just got a credit card
Just
for the
got a
first
credit
time.
card,
That's
yeah.
a big moment.
That is.
Gift
This
or a
guy,
curse?
he's 13.
Mark, age 11.
8 to 11. Is it a gift or curse that what? That you have
I guess we should reread this because it is a hard one to be like, what?
It feels like there's 3 scenarios in this question. Okay,
So when you're reading off a credit card number on the phone and
Yes.
after every 4 digits they say or okay,
Uh-huh.
or someone's reading off a number to you and they won't continue until you say or okay after every 4 digits.
I think that's a curse. I think that they should. It is known at this point that everyone just needs to keep going. They can separate with a little like 4 5 5 5 6 2. You can do that. If I have to hear your I'm like, just hurry the fuck up. What are we doing here? We both don't enjoy this. That's where I am.
Wrong.
I knew it. You're on the
Gil.
side of the credit card companies.
I'm on the side of positive affirmation.
Oh, okay.
A little reinforcement is good.
Okay.
You know, I said the 4 things. I need to hear from somebody else that I did a good job. And I need to tell somebody else that they did a good job. We need these little moments of validation. And, you know, every day we're all really struggling through life.
That's true.
And if you get 4 numbers in a row, you should hear from another person A+.
That's true.
Thumbs
if
up.
we have it in our personal life, why can't we have it in, like when I'm having sex with my wife, she'll go, and I know I'm doing like a solid job. Every 4 seconds, I've asked her to go,
And then you say, okay.
and I say, okay. And if I don't hear that, I'm like, wait, we have to start over again.
Where's the passion?
Hold on a second. Where's the passion? Let's start from the beginning.
I thought this was supposed to be electric.
Yeah. But no, I need that valid. You're right.
Okay, good.
I made a mistake. I apologize.
So you've gotten 2 wrong so far,
Okay,
which
yeah.
is a shame. But let's give you one more chance.
All right.
This is from a listener named Emily.
Okay.
Gift or a curse, short-sleeved sweaters.
Oh, I'm sorry. I revealed my short-sleeved sweaters. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean like cut off?
I think it's kind of whatever you want. They just don't have a full sleeve.
I'm going to split my answer here.
Okay.
I'm going to say that if there is like a ringer at the end or like it's hemmed, it's a fucking curse. It's disgusting. And I'm going to say that if it's cut off, like, you know, what's his name in The Goonies? What was the actor's name in No Country for Old Men?
Oh, he's so good.
Yeah,
What's
of
that
course.
guy?
Josh Brolin.
Thank you,
Yes,
Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin. We love him.
Looks insanely good in a cut-off sweater.
And he wears one in No Country for Old Men, the whole movie.
And he does too. So I'm going to say gift if it's like cut off in a organic way, not in a
Right.
bought way,
Right.
and curse every other way.
Okay, but I do need you
You
to
need
just,
a solid answer.
Unfortunately.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to say curse then.
Wrong.
No!
What's wrong with taking a sleeve off, with sewing up a sleeve? I've been watching Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, and I think I've seen this a little bit. I think I saw somebody with a sleeveless sweatshirt or sweater. Looked great. It's unconventional. It's fun. It's warming up the part of the body that you want. Sometimes you want just the chest to be warm. Sometimes you just want the shoulder.
I have a feeling you're being contrarian. I have a feeling that you actually hate sweaters that are sleeveless or half sleeved.
I'm gonna Google one right now.
Oh my
without sleeve or sleeve. Wait, what is it with short sleeves?
He's on a private tab, folks. He doesn't even want to show his husband that he looked for this stuff.
Okay, let's see here. Let's see. Okay, these are great looking. Look at this. How can you say this isn't a...
Who is it? If you're showing me a picture of Adrian Brody right now.
Okay, now we're on the Loft website. So this is for gals.
Decide what you want.
Okay,
you want to
so
be hot or you want to be cold. Decide what you want.
Let's see. Okay, now here's a man in one. Let's see here. I think that's perfectly... Whoops.
Now, what site are we on here?
This is
Banana Republic
Factory, yes.
Yes.
So I guess they're not selling it in the main
So,
store.
you know what? Take this with a grain of salt. If you're buying your stuff at Banana Republic, sure, go for it. Go for it. But if you're like me and you shop at J. Crew or you shop at The Gap, you're not buying sweaters that have cut-off sleeves.
Okay, well, you got all three wrong.
I know. It's a travesty, actually. I apologize.
You've entered a very small pool of people who have lost the game completely.
Completely.
So that's something to be proud of in a way.
No, I will go home
If
and
you're
feel
sick.
Yeah, like one of these old people who have just cut somebody off. Total shame.
And now Annalise, our producer, has one gift or curse which we both have to answer to. They know the correct answer.
Okay.
Annalise, what is it?
The county fair.
Do you want to go or should I go?
I'm going to go, oh, God. This is one where the anticipation is better than the actual thing.
Okay.
You think county fair, you're like, I'm going to have a good time.
Oh, right.
You get there, it's like CityWalk on crack. I'm going to say no fucking way. That's a curse. You go there and it's the dregs of humanity doing the dregs of humanity's, it's just activities. I'm going to say fun in maybe an ironic way, but mostly it's a curse. It's a curse.
I'm going to actually say gift.
Oh!
I think, and I'm going to say state fair curse. State fair is trash.
So it depends on the size.
State fair is all concrete and like Marilyn Monroe fleece blankets.
Okay, gotcha.
Whereas the county fair has got a little bit of charm and class. It's more of a Charlotte's Web vibe.
Right.
There are blue ribbons. People are bringing their
What about
pies.
like a city fair?
Now, a city fair is interesting. Starting to get in. It really is getting into CityWalk territory.
It is. Okay, and town fair?
City fair could be a new Rick Caruso property.
What about a block party? How do you feel about
Interesting. Block parties should start having pie contests.
They should.
I feel like that's a new territory that block parties haven't gotten into.
They should.
Bring the blue ribbon in, maybe some farm animals.
Because you always want to see your neighbors with blueberry all over their mouth. That makes you respect them a little bit more.
If you like look through their window and they turn out and you lock eyes and there's blueberries all over their face,
you're like,
moment.
oh man, yeah, I want them to babysit my child.
So I'm going to say gift as far as county fair. State fair, again, trash.
Got it.
Annalise?
It's a gift.
Yes.
I mean, how often? I mean, think about it this way.
Okay.
It's the closest experience we have to being able to be in Roman times.
Oh,
in
interesting.
the Colosseum. When you show up, you might see someone die.
Oh, interesting. Now that feels like state fair to me.
There's something.
I have seen several people die at the state fair.
You look up at that carousel. You look up at that Ferris wheel. It's shaking. It's rattling.
The
It might be
thrill.
rolling. That something bad could happen, and just the thrill. Everything's so protected and organized these days.
I
so
didn't
regulated.
know I was talking to a total Nazi right now who wants to see death and destruction. But yeah, okay, fine. I love it. I absolutely love it. If you're going there to see death, absolutely, the county fair is the number one place to go.
The county fair, you'll see the risk of death and potential of death.
That's
State
right.
fair, you will see death.
You will see death.
You'll probably enter and there will be a body lying there. You get to step over a body to get into the state fair.
That's right.
To get your funnel cake.
That's right.
Whereas the county fair, it might just be an extra bit of spice to the night. Remember when that person fell off
it's just a little extra thing.
There we go.
That's all. It's just a little excitement for your life.
Gil, for you to have lost the game in such a complete way.
Oh my God.
The efficiency.
Oh my Lord. I shouldn't have said 10 is the problem.
Yeah, I think 10, you started off too high. Yes.
Right away.
Okay, we need to answer a listener question. People are writing into isaidnogifts@gmail.com. They're also occasionally, or we would hope more often now, we just opened the gates to voicemail. Annalise, what are the needs and wants from you as far as a voicemail?
If you'd like to send us a voice note, please make it under 60 seconds.
Okay.
Record it in a quiet space.
Okay.
So no AC running in the background or anything, no dogs or anything. And then when you send it in, you just have to acknowledge you give us permission to either use it or not use it at our discretion. So thank you.
Okay. isaidnogifts@gmail.com. Will you help me answer a question?
Yeah, I would love to.
Okay, we've got a one right here. It says, "Dear Bridger and delightful but incredibly rude guest." Okay, whatever. My sister moved to Portland, Oregon from San Francisco Bay Area about 20 years ago with her husband. They bought a house, had a kid, and recently realized they've been homesick the entire time. They are moving back to the Bay Area with their 17-year-old and their dog. They are going to rent a house while they figure out where exactly they want to live / can afford to live around here. Wow, it sounds like she's kind of shaming her sister's bank account here. Whatever. They anticipate renting for about 3 years. What is a housewarming / welcome home gift I can give them and that won't add to clutter, especially since they'll be moving again 3 years from now? She's also kind of saying my sister can't commit to anything. Whatever. They are literary types who love books and music. The 17-year-old has generously agreed to do their senior year of high school here. Okay, generously. You do what your parents tell you to do. Send this kid off to Naval Academy. A houseplant is a given. My sister loves plants, and gift card for dinner out in the new town seems obvious. Okay, but there are some food allergies in the family that can make dining out difficult. Do you have any ideas? I love you and the pod. Okay, well I apologize for everything I've said so far. And that's just from Happy Sister. I guess that's probably on her driver's license.
Yeah, maybe her name's Happy.
Yeah, Happy, last name Sister.
Last name Sister.
Sure.
My first thought, and this is going to be a weird answer, but tent stakes.
Tent stakes?
Okay, your sister can't stay still, and you need to give her a fucking hint about what you want her to do. Right? So give her something that's going to undermine her entire trip back. Give her tent stake and say, oh, yeah, this is what you need, right? Because you can't stay still? Because you can't make a fucking decision? Let me get you grounded, honey. That's what you need to do.
But Gil, the sister has just realized she's wasted her whole life.
I'm sorry, but she's still wasting her life.
She's so, the emotions are running high. She's like, my time is running out. She's probably going to realize soon that she's not in love with her husband.
That's right.
They're
going to split. The kid, 17-year-old kid's going to be miserable.
We already have a hint that the kid's a brat.
Yes.
Ungrateful brat.
Ungrateful, disgusting brat.
And the dog.
Probably ugly, I would say, right?
Oh, I assume most children are ugly.
From the question, yeah. It sounds disgusting.
Yeah, the kid. Yeah. They would have said baby boy or baby girl. 17-year-old baby boy.
Say it probably has a middle part.
Yeah. Would have really gone in.
Yeah, we've really
4'8".
4'8", middle part. We've already decided that short people are disgusting right at the top of this show. So first of all, maybe get her the gift of a hitman for her ugly child. I don't know.
Take out the kid
Take out the kid.
Then the kid probably has all of the allergies. And then suddenly you can get a gift card to any restaurant in town.
That's right.
Go crazy with it.
Where would you say? Wolfgang Puck's? Where would you say?
I assume he has a branch in San Francisco.
Oh, yeah.
Probably the San Francisco CityWalk.
Absolutely. There's a CityWalk, by the way, in every county.
Every county. It's usually where they hold the fair.
That's right.
This sister, after this big move, she's going to be craving a steak. And I assume Wolfgang probably does a decent steak at one of his franchises. Right. I bet he has one in the airport.
Right. Wait, did you mean steaks like I meant steaks?
Oh, interesting. I didn't even realize.
Unbelievable.
Now, thematically.
We're on the same wavelength, like with the contact lens, and I just think something in the steak world. I don't know if it's tent steaks or real steaks.
Well, speaking of steaks, my boyfriend just bought his father for Father's Day for his birthday a box of one of those. He sent him one of those boxes of steaks,
Oh, really? Okay.
And there was a mistake in the mail where they
Mistake?
Oh my God! And
Jesus,
this is collapsing on me. I can barely breathe with all the steaks around. But he sent it to him, but there was a mistake where they also sent us a box. And we thought, we got a box of steaks, but we were going out for the night. So we left it on the counter because it's in the frozen thing. Mm-hmm. We get home, we open it up. There was no dry ice in there. It was just rotting meat.
No. Oh God! Did you complain and ask for a new free?
That's what my boyfriend said. I was like,
box?
you can't complain about the thing they accidentally sent you.
Yeah, that's true.
He was like, we should have warned them. I was like, well, no.
So did you end up throwing it out?
It had to be thrown out, and I'm sure a raccoon was so tempted, or coyotes were probably.
That's when you give it
garbage.
To a neighbor and look.
Looks so nice.
Looks so nice.
Until they're dead.
Until they're dead.
I feel like send a box of steaks.
Mm-hmm. So I love that. Your suggestion is exactly what you did for someone. What I did is actually a great gift. and
then, but while it's in transit, go over with the wrapped box of tent steaks.
Okay.
And
so like a double whammy kind of.
Right, double whammy. And if she freaks out when she sees the tent steaks.
Right.
You'll be far enough away that she can have her meltdown at home, and then she'll get this thing on the porch.
And then be like,
okay. I'm starving for meat. I've had my child killed. She's going to go crazy.
That sounds like a good plan. I like that plan.
What a way to enter the San Francisco Bay.
I know. Congrats, happy sister.
I feel like we answered the question beyond perfectly.
Oh, my God.
We saved a family.
We saved a family, and we killed a child.
That's what happens. That's the payoff, the trade-off there.
Exactly.
If you're going to save a family.
If your marriage is falling apart, folks, kill your child. Kill your kid. The kid's the problem.
Family therapist Gil Ozeri.
Hi, I'm family therapist Gil Ozeri. Your child's a problem.
Well, I can see what the problem is.
I can see what. Are they leaving raisins on the floor? Do yourself a favor and shoot them up.
We answered the question perfectly. You failed the game.
I failed the game.
I have a raisin to hold on to for the rest of my life.
And paper. You're not throwing any of this wrapping paper, right?
No. I've been, throughout this, I have been barely here mentally.
Okay.
I've been thinking, where can that go in my home?
Because I did enter a new level at Target getting all this. Like I have like the black card now at Target. I have entered like the 100 top customers at Target.
Yeah, you get to go in before store hours.
Yeah, you get to use the private bathroom.
Yeah, they close it down for your birthday.
That's right. I get a wipe down cart. I get everything I need.
Well, I really appreciate all of this.
Of course.
And I'm so happy you could be here today.
Thank you for having me. It was great. It's great to meet you.
Thank you for being here. And listener, I have so much paper in my life. I feel kind of settled for the first time. This might be the final episode of the podcast. This is kind of what I was looking for. And so I'm going to go off and try to decide if I'll do another episode.
He's taking out a gun. Oh, no. This is really it, folks.
Just a gunshot rings out.
Rings out. That's how you end the podcast.
Gil screaming.
Yeah. Oh, no! Oh, no! How long do you think I would have to stay here before I could leave?
They would ask you wait till they clean up.
Yeah.
And then...
and can I take the raisin? Okay.
You can't take the raisin.
Okay.
Okay, listener, the podcast is over. I love you. Goodbye.